Alright, good day everyone. Now, in this class, we are going to be creating a basic and simple portfolio, a very simple one. And I have this structure here. You can see it. So we have the header. This is the header. This is going to be our content. We have the footer. Then we have the word sidebar. Alright. Then for the header, we have a name here. Then we have these icons. Alright. Okay, so let's just start. And yeah, I'm going to be inside here. I'm going to be creating two folders. And yeah, let me say images. Then another folder, icons. Alright, then for these images, I'm going to be moving this my profile image inside. Then for the icons, I'm using font awesome icon. I only need two folders from this. If you don't know how to use the font awesome icons, you go back to check on our previous video on icons. Alright, so you can open your Visual Studio Code, then locate this, or I'm going to be doing this to open it direct. So you can see we have the icons and we have the what image folder. Alright, under the CSS we have different CSS files. Alright, so I'm going to be creating my HTML file and index.html, and here I can be saying profile page. Alright, and let's run this. Okay, so we have it here. So first of all, we'll be working with the header. So I'm going to be creating this tag, and the class name should be what, header. Alright, then span. Let's see our span. The span is going to be holding this. So I can say span and give it a class name. Let's say heading text. Alright, then here I can say alright, then another span that is going to be holding these two icons, and they're on the right side. So I'm going to be saying the class of this span should be header right or heading right. Let me say header right. Alright, then let's see. These icons, I'm going to be adding it to a button, and let's say button. We can give it an ID for this first one, which is what, toggle. Or you can create the button, then later on you begin to add IDs if you feel like. I can just say dark toggle. Alright, then here I'm going to be using the font awesome. So I think that should be for solid farmon. Let's see. Okay, so I have this for solid farmon. All right, so we forgot to link our font awesome icon, and to do that, the normal way you use to link your CSS, that is how to link it. Then here you just specify the folder name is icons, then slash css. Then I'm going to be using all.css. Alright, now you can see the icon here. Okay, it's not that hard. So inside these icons, you see this CSS. Inside this CSS, you now see this CSS all.css file. Alright, so this is what we are using, all.css. Alright, you can also use the all.min.css. You can use the minified. So you can use the all.min.css. It will still work. Alright, but I like using the all.css. Alright, so we have this button, and we are still going to need another button. Alright, and this button is going to be for the hamburger, this other icon. Alright, let me zoom in. It's going to be for this other icon. So yeah, that should be for solid. Solid far bars. Let's see. Okay, so if you don't know how to add icons, just go back to check on our previous videos on how to add icons, or how to use the font awesome icons. Alright, so you can search for this. It's very simple. I just have this on my head. So if you go to the font awesome website, you can be able to search for this icon for hamburger. Alright, so we have this, and yeah, I'm going to be giving this an ID. And you can say menu menu button. Alright, then I'm going to also add a title to these buttons, and here I'm going to say toggle dark mode, and look at what the title does. If I hover over the button, or if I move my cursor to the button, it's going to display this title. Alright, so let's do that. Now you can see toggle dark mode. Alright, and I'm going to also do that for this. So yeah, say title, you can say menu. Alright, so you can see menu, toggle dark mode. Alright, so even before this, I can add a right up here. You can say menu. Alright, so let's leave it like this. Okay, then after this, I'm just going to do this, and yeah, we'll be using this aside for our sidebar later on. Then let's go back to the structure, the content. We have this image, and I'm going to be creating a div. I'm going to be creating using the main. and the class should be content. Alright, and inside here I'm going to be creating a div. And inside this div, let's add another div. Then inside this one, I'm going to be adding my image and images profile. So let's see. So we have the image very what big. Alright, so we have the image. You can see the image. Alright. So for now, let's just use the width and height property to adjust it manually. So let's just say 120. So let's just leave it like this first. We'll be coming for that later. Then here, H2. Alright. And after this, a p tag. And inside this p tag, I have a write up. Let's go to where's that write up. I have this write up. I'm going to be using it. Alright, so just copy. You can search for any write up of your choice. I have this one written down already. So I'm going to paste it here. Alright, you can see it. Then here I'm going to be using this HTML element tag strong to hold this my name. Alright, so that is going to be a sort of bold. You can see it here. Alright, then after the p tag, we are going to be, let's see our image. Okay, so we are going to be having these project links, then different buttons. Alright, so I'm going to be encapsulating this inside a div also. So let's say div, the class name should be buttons. And inside this, I can say h2. Project links. And after that, I can begin to add my buttons. Then for this first button, we will be adding different projects that we have or that we are able to create. So for this first one, I'm going to be saying let's say basic calculator. Alright, and before that we can add an icon also to it. So let's say here we add an icon. So let's say class. Firstly, let's say for calculator. Alright, so we have this icon here for calculator. Alright, I'm going to copy this. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, then for the next one, I'm going to be saying, let's say grid calculator. Then for the next one also, we can say grade calculator. Then for this, we can say, let's say temperature converter. Then for this, we can say age checker. Alright, so we have these buttons. Alright, basic calculator, grade calculator, temperature converter, age checker. Alright, so I'm going to be changing the icons now. For this grid calculator, let's say for solid, for border all. If you don't want to use icons on your own, you can just remove the icons. Alright, you can remove them. You see, this grid calculator is just an ordinary button, no icon. So you can remove them if you feel like. You can remove the icons. Alright, you can remove them. Okay, so for this next one, I think I'm going to be leaving this. And for the temperature converter, so for solid, for temperature, and let's say hyphen half. Okay, right, I got it. Okay, so we have it here. We have this icon here. Then for the age checker, let's say info. Okay, so we have this. All right, so let's say footer. So let's say footer. For this footer section now, all right, for the footer section, so we have this 2025 name, front end, and all that. So let's say for the footer, we have this p tag, and we can give it a class and say footer hyphen text. All right, then we have this and copy. You can see the icon here, the symbol here. Sorry, 2025. Then we have name, and then that name is a link. So we'll be doing this. Then inside here we add the name. Alright, you can see it here. Then after that we have this. Then front end developer. You can say front end developer, you can say full stack, you can choose any one of your choice. So let's see. Alright, I think okay. so this is very what simple, as you can see. So we have this for our header, we have our image, we have this name and all this. All right. Okay. So we'll be creating a CSS file, and we can say style.css. All right. Then let's link our CSS file. So ours is styles, not style. So styles.css. You can see the file name is styles. All right. So let's begin to style our header. So the class name is header. So here dot. Okay. First of all, I'm going to be doing this. Then for the body, so what this does is that, let me remove this so that you see the effect. You can see there's a space here, so let me put it back. So you can see it adjusts. All right, so automatically it's going to remove all the margins. All right, you can see all of them now fit to the edges. All right, so it removed the margins automatically. When I say the margin should be 0 pixels, using this one, my asterisk. Okay. For the body, let's say the font family should be, let's use Poppins. All right. Then later on we can come to add font size. All right. Let's say background color. I'm going to be using an hex code for this, and ADBFCE. So we have this background color, ADBFCE. All right. So you can come to your paint software. All right. And you can see where you can get your hex code. So you can come here to add to select any color of your choice. You can see, select any color of your choice, then you choose the hex code, or you collect the hex. So let's use this, and you can copy the hex code. All right, then paste. Sorry, I think we selected the wrong one. So let's see this. All right. Okay, so you can see this one. All right. So I'm just going to use the one I previously used. Okay, so that is how to get your hex code if you don't know how to get it. You can also use your default values, red, black, dark blue, and all that. All right. So now for the header, you can see the class here header, and this tag is holding all elements for the heading or for the header. Sorry. So for the header, I'm going to be saying the background color should be sort of black, kind of. Then the color should be white. All right. Then let's add a padding. Let's say padding should be, let's try 15 pesos. All right. Let's say the position should be fixed. So the position of this our heading should just be what, fixed. All right. So even if we are scrolling through our web page, this should just be what, fixed here. All right. The header should just be fixed. All right. Then let's give it a width. The width should be 100%. All right. Then we can also add the height if we like. Let's say height 30 pesos. All right. Okay. So let's go back. Now for this right up heading test. Let's say dot heading. Is it heading on header? Okay, heading test. So I can say the font size should be 24 pesos. Alright, so the font size should be 24 pesos. I increase it. Then let's go back. We have this header right. Then we want to use this class to move all these two buttons to the right hand side which is here, to this right side of this line, of this inline of the line or of the header. All right, so we'll use the float property and inline end. So it's going to move it to the end of this same line. You can see inline end. All right, then we can add a margin now. Let's say margin right. So we should let's create. You can see this one tried this one moved inside. All right, this menu icon moved inside. So let's use the margin right to bring it out a little bit. So let's say margin right. Let's say 30 pesos. So 30 px. All right. And let's see. Font size. Let's say 14 pesos. Let's see. Okay. Then we have these buttons: ID, dark toggle, menu button, dark toggle, and menu button. So yeah, since it's an ID, use the hashtag. so dark toggle. Then we also have menu button, or I'm going to be using this one rule, this same rule for both of them. So all right, so let's say background none. You can say to remove the background. Then this outline, the border, sorry, border should be none. All right, so border none. Let me add the color, so you'll be saying it color should be white. All right, border none, color white. Okay, outline also, let's say outline none. All right, so let's see, we have this. Okay, so let's reduce this a little bit, let's say 22. All right, then let's go back. Okay, so I think for now we should the header is okay for now. Let's go to the content of our work. So you can see content. So here I can give a comment here. I can say content styles. So let's say for the content, you can see the content is holding all this, which is the main. You can see the main here. You can see the main. Let's look where it ends. You can see it. So the main is holding the rest the rest elements here, which is from this image down to the ending of this right up here, front end developer. So we are going to be adding a margin top to be able to bring it down a little bit. So here, margin top. And let's say 90 pesos. Let's see. All right. So margin top 90 pesos. So let's go back to our header and let's see if we're having an issue. Okay. So here we say the position to be fixed for the header. Then we'll be saying top should be 0 pesos. That there should be no space. Alright, so top 0 pesos. So it's going to what? Cover that space. So there should be no space. Alright, so if you don't know how to use the position property, go back to check on our previous video where we talk about the position property in CSS. Alright, so we have this. And I'm going to be moving all this. Okay, let me say almost everything to the center. Alright, so let's go down and let's see. So this div here, I'm going to be saying this, giving this div a class. Let's say center, and here let me call the class, so dot center, or let me say d hyphen center. So yeah, let me say d hyphen center. All right, so display, flex, align items, center, justify content, center, and let's say test align, also center. Alright, so let's see. Now you can see. Okay, so we've got everything on the center of our web page. Alright, and let's go back. And here, let me see the work. Alright, let's try to add a width to it. Let's say width. So let's say the width should, let's say 90, let's say 90%, or let's use 60. Let's see. Okay, no, it's not what we need. So I'm going to remove this here. Alright. And let's go back to see. So this center is going to put all this in center. Alright, then here. Yeah, let's say class should be block. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's say this should be block. Then yeah, let's say this should be center. Now for the block, you can say display block, and let's say width 60%. Alright, then okay, let me interchange them back. So here should be center, then this should be block. Alright, so this center here, which is for this div, is going to be centering all the elements that is inside. Alright, then this div here for the block is going to be changing it to what, to be block, and giving it a width of 60%. So instead of all this to, let me make a mistake here so that you see. So instead of all these write-ups to just be in the center, just be like this, we change it to what, to block. So we'll be able to add a width to it. Alright, so say the width should be what, 60%. So we can carry this down here. So after the center, after the row of the center, then we have the block. Okay, then we have an image. We have this image. So let's say image, any class for this image. Let's say, let's give it a class. Let's say profile. Let's say profile img. Okay, let's say profile. And I'm going to be removing this width. We are going to be using CSS for it. So yeah, dot profile Alright, then the width, let's see, 160 pesos. Height also, let's say 160 pesos. Alright, then let's add a border. Let's give the border a color. Let's use ash 00. Let's say B C D 4. Alright, so we have this border. You can choose a default value of your choice. You can choose red or black. You can come here to pick any kind of border that you want. Alright. Okay, so then border radius, let's say 50%. Alright, so border radius 50%. And object width, let's say cover. Alright, so it's going to make our image lap well in this in the elements. So we can even give our image a title. And we can also give it an alternative text. Right, so let me overwrite it. You can see the title, profile picture, and if this image is unable to be found, like we made a mistake, or the image is unable to be found, we'll be having this our alternative text here, profile picture. Alright, so I can say profile image. Alright, okay, so that is that. Okay, so let's go to work on this part also. So let's come here. These div buttons. Alright, so buttons. And that is what is holding all this. So let's bring from this, let's bring them down a little bit. So let's say margin top, let's say 30 pesos. Okay, so we brought it down a little bit. Alright, then we have the button itself. So we are going to be calling it by the element name, which is button. Alright, then we can say, let's say the height 50 pesos. So we are now on these buttons. Alright, you can say the height 50 pesos. We are now on the button. Then we can say width. Okay, let's leave the width for now. We are going to be coming back to that. Let's say margin. Let's give it a margin. So there is going to be a kind of space between. So let's say margin and 10 pesos. Alright. Okay, margin 10 pesos. And let me remove this first. So text align center, the right top inside should be in the center. Then let's say the background color, we can use the normal background property and let's say hashtag 00. So this, which is what we used for this border here. All right. Alright, we are going to come back to trash this issue. Okay, this is affecting this button. Alright, this rule is affecting this button. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this. So dot buttons. Alright, so we are using it to specify that the button element that is inside what this class. Alright, so it's not going to affect this once again. Alright, so we use it to trash it, so it's not going to affect this once again. Okay, so now let's remove the border of these buttons. So let's say border none. Then let's add the border radius. You can see border none. We remove the border. So now let's add the border radius of let's say 10 pesos. Alright, and we can say color should be white. Alright, color should be what? White. Okay, so take a good look at this once more. Okay, so for this footer here, we can bring it down a little bit also. Let's see, or we can just leave it at ease as it is. We can just use this footer to bring it down. Then we can use this footer text to what style this footer if we feel like. Alright, so we can use this footer to even give it a background color. Alright, but I think I love this. Alright, I think I love this. So let's go back. This is how we added our 4,000 icons, and this is how we added this our external style sheet. Alright, then this is for the header. Then this one we say this is going to be for the sidebar. Alright, and this is for what? Our main content. Alright, you can see the closing tag, you can see the opening tag here, you can see the what? Closing tag. Alright. So later on we'll be creating the sidebar. So just take a good look at the output once more. So later on we'll be creating the what? The sidebar.